There we go.
Woody,
Hello.
hello. I'm very sorry.
That's okay. That's a beautiful view you have there.
So I was supposed to be inside, but finally I'm gonna be outside. And even if the weather
That's
is not
amazing.
that good, but I hope the wind will be
Okay.
okay for the sound.
It's it sounds good. Yeah, everything sounds good.
So
That's fantastic. Okay. Well,
I'm sorry, we had a problem. Well, anyway, tell
okay.
me.
Let's just start by introducing yourself. Tell us who you are and how you got in the wine business.
Okay, so I'm Jean-Francois. I'm running Domenot in south of France. I'm running Domenot with my cousin Christian. Um, in south of France, we have three estates, three different estates. Chateau de Sel was the first one. Then the family bought Clos Mireille, and the third one. Those two are in Côte de Provence AOC, and the family bought Château Romassan, which is in Bandol AOC, in 1956. So it's a long story. My great grandfather started in 1896. So it's a family story, and we are in between, let's say, Cannes, Saint-Tropez, and Marseille on the Riviera. And yes, we are running those three estates all year long.
So, how did you know when you were little? You're obviously in a wine family. Did you know you wanted to be in wine, or did you go and explore another career and come back like a lot of people do?
Actually, I think I knew from the beginning. I was living in Château Romassan, the one in Bandol, and yeah, we were spending a lot of time in the vineyard, in wineries during the harvest, during the springtime, like today, and but I thought it was going to be complicated because it's also a family business,
Hmm.
and something with the experience of four generations before me and before us with my cousin, and so I went working outside for a really different type of different type of job, and I went back in 2002, so a long time ago now. And I joined my cousin. My cousin started in 1995.
Okay.
And so now we are running the three estates. First, I had in charge Chateau de Sel, one of the estates, and since 2007, 8, we took over the three estates. Yeah.
So, actually, can you tell us what's behind you? What are we looking at?
Actually, I'm at the house of Clos Mireille, which is the house of our grandmother, used to be. And outside you see the winery and everything about, yeah, the what where we are in south of France in Clos Mireille. Clos
That
Mireille is very close to the sea. Actually, the vineyard is coming. It is almost no, is reaching the beach and the sea, and it's a very very special estate for us. We used to spend a lot of time when we were kids here during summer. Yeah,
that
obviously.
I love that you grew up at the chateau. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So can you give us a history of Provence and rosé wine, or rosé and Provence wine, from however long you think is relevant? Because it has changed over the past 50 years for sure.
Actually, Provence is a pretty new appellation in France. Uh, my great grandfather was coming from Alsace at the beginning, and he wanted to find a place to make wine, and especially rosé wine. It was in 1896, so really a long time ago. At this time, nobody was producing rosé. But nobody was producing rosé because nobody was drinking rosé actually. And But he liked it and he wanted to make this color uh, in a different way than that all the winemaker was making rosé at this time. And he wanted to have a special viticulture for rosé wine, a special vinification, and he wanted to make a high-end rosé wine.
Mm-hmm.
And he started really early, uh, and he had to work a lot. And finally, he found good solutions, good terroir to make the rosé wine that he wanted, and that started from this part. And today, Provence is still the place where I think and we think the best rosé are coming from. We started earlier than all the other places in the world making rosé. So we have a little bit of experience, and we try to run fast and to be as good as we can.
Yeah.
To make them as good as we can.
But then in the past, like I just was reading because my boss, one of the owners of the restaurant Waverly Inn where I work, is a Hamptons guy out in Montauk, and there was an article in the New York Times about 2006 where it was starting to be appreciated as a fine wine. It was kind of not taken so seriously. So
Yeah.
can you explain your role or Domaine Haute role in that and how that has changed and it's really seen as a real wine, whereas in the past maybe it wasn't taken so seriously, except for you guys.
Yeah. No, but even even in France and even on the Côte d'Azur, people were coming in south of France for holidays. So rosé wine was a fun wine, and it's still we are okay with that. But the thing is, we really want to make the quality on this wine, and we are working to every day, to make those rosé wine as good as the best red or white wine that you can find in the world. We are running the vineyard, especially for rosé wine, and we are spending 600 hours on each hectare every year, only with end job, and that means that it's exactly the same viticulture that can happen in the best wine in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are working hard to make the rosé, our rosé, as good as the best red and white wine.
But so
even if they,
go ahead.
Even if they need to be fun anyway. I mean, drinking some wine has to be fun. So
yeah, but I kind of have this theory that it's not necessarily hard to make okay rosé, but it is hard to make really good rosé. And yeah. What do you do? What does Domaine Haute do to really ensure that quality? You already said hand pick, but what? And you can get nerdy because there's some winemaker and wine pros on here, but there are also a lot of consumers that are just wine lovers.
Actually, I think making a good rosé wine or a very high quality rosé wine is pretty hard, but I think it's like other wines. You need to focus on small details that are going to make the difference at the end. Obviously, you said that we are harvesting by hand. Okay, we are sorting a lot during the harvest, but the biggest job is now during spring. We are disbudding, so basically we are taking some branch off to keep the concept, the energy of the vines for the grapes. Then we are going to take the leaves off on the side of the morning sun. Then we are going to do the green harvest. This part from May until let's say middle of July. If you miss it, the quality of your grapes is not going to be good enough to have a good wine at the end. So yeah, that's our big time to again to focus on small details to make sure that we are having the good culture, viticulture on the good terroir to get the best grapes. We are working mainly on Grenache, Cinsault, Mourvèdre for rosé wine, and Sémillon and Vermentino, Roll, for white wines. And yeah, that's the time.
So when everybody knows the iconic Domenot bottle, and when I started, I thought, no, it's good. But when I started buying, they were like, well, do you want Chateau de Sel or do you want Clos Mireille? And I had to really start figuring out which one I wanted. Can you explain the difference and how that just works, as now it's not Domenot, it's Domaines Haut? And
yeah, exactly.
all the cuvee, because you have Etoile and you have Bayat. And can you kind of go through the different wines and how they're different?
Yeah. So I have a bottle here. So this is the bottle of Domenot. On each label, you can see the name of the estate. So this one is Clos Mireille, and I have this one which is Chateau de Sel. So we are working the same way on each estate, and each rosé is really different from the other. And the thing is, it's a different expression of the terroir of Chateau de Sel, an expression of the terroir of Clos Mireille, and another one from Chateau Romassin. The idea around behind this is to be able to have three different rosé, because they come from different terroirs. The story about the bottle at the beginning, you know, my great grandfather and his son was thinking we need to be known in France and all over the world with Provence wine, and like Champagne has a special shape, Bordeaux has a special shape, Burgundy has a special shape. We need to have a special shape for Provence wine. But at this time, not a lot of producers in Provence were bottling their wines. And they spent something like 5 or 6 years trying to design the shape, find the supplier to have the good shape. And when they come to their colleagues with the shape, they said, we can all use it, but it was more expensive than a regular bottle to use. And they said, okay, if you don't want it, we are going to keep it for us. And since then, it's our bottle, and we are using this bottle for Domenot wines. So that's the cru. I told you we are spending a lot of time in the vineyard, making sure that we are going to have the best grapes. Then we make the harvest by hand, make the vinification, and then we sort a lot to keep only the best cuvée, the best cuvées for those bottles. And we have also a second wine. The second wine is Bayot. I'm gonna grab one. The second one is Bayot. It's a different purpose. I mean, it's a AOC Côte de Provence. It's rosé wine, mainly rosé wine. I'm going to show you.
There you go.
This is Bayot. So let's say it's the second wine or the baby from Domenot. Then you have the three rosé, of Domenot, and we also make a white wine here in Clos Mireille because we are on schist. Is schist okay for you? Like the terroir is very special, really close to the sea, and we wanted to make a very special white wine. And obviously, because we are in Bandol, we are also producing a red wine with Mourvèdre, mainly Mourvèdre, like 90% of Mourvèdre. And this year, I mean, this vintage, we started with Etoile, which is brand new. For us, Etoile is more like something to. It's actually a blend of the three estates: the best cuvée of the three states.
Okay.
And you know, it's exactly what we were talking about. You know, making the rosé, the color of rosé, very serious, like you know, all the serious one that we can find in the world. So that's the new one.
I love it. Um, is the all of those are all estate fruit, or is the Domenat Negociant fruit? I mean the
No.
Bayat all estate fruit.
For Domenot, it's 100% made from our grapes. For Bayot, it's we need to buy a little bit a little quantity of grapes from producers that we are working with from for a long time. But it's mainly the second wine, and we buy a little bit with other producers.
And
Yeah, but those one are 100% made from here.
That makes sense for you guys. How do you decide which vines are going to go into the Grand Vin or the second wine? Do you know that when you look at the plot, or do you wait until you harvest and then decide?
Yeah, actually, we wait until we can taste the cuvée. So after the fermentation, yeah.
I see.
So that means that we are working in the vineyard in each field exactly the same way, and then at the end, after fermentation, we try to we taste, and at this time it's only blind taste, and we don't want to know where it comes from. We just want to know if it's good enough for the cuvée or not.
Okay. And I have a silly question, but where do I cut the foil when I take the foil off the bottle?
The what? I don't.
The foil on the top. Where do I cut that?
Yeah. But you have many ways. I mean, I cut it
You
here.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, but most of the time people are taking it off entirely. Yeah.
Okay. I wondered what's exactly correct. So now we have it.
Yeah.
Now, can you talk a little bit about Provençal cuisine? And it's easy to just say Mediterranean, but there are some special things with Provence because you're close to the Rhone and the Garrigue. And can you talk about Provence wine or Provence cuisine, and maybe when you would drink the white and when you would drink the rosé and the red?
Provençal cuisine, yes. We lots of people are talking about bouillabaisse because it's really from here, and but it's not exactly what we are eating every day. But anyway, here now in for spring we have so many tomatoes, zucchini. We are really close to the sea, so we have lots of really nice fishes that we can grill or maybe eat like the tartare way or the carpaccio way, and that's mainly what we like and what we eat. And I think rosé that has the fruit taste, the fresh taste, and this little acidity works very well with yes, those fishes, vegetables like fresh one, and then the whites for sure. We like the white with fish, obviously, with seafood in general, but we also really like the white with cheese and goat cheese. We have a lot of goat cheese in south of France, and yeah, we like it with it.
What is there's a I had this in the Rhone Valley, but it's a Provençal dish. It's a joint of beef that's a classic Provence dish.
A joint of beef.
Yeah. It's a big. It starts with a C, I think. I can't. We'll think of it. So then, how does Can you talk a little bit about Bandol and Mourvedre, because some people might not know that.
So Bandol is a very small appellation in south of France. It's a very old one. It's one of the first appellation in France, and it's mainly made, the main type of grape is Mourvedre. Mourvedre needs to get ripe, needs to be in this special place. The vines are looking at the sea, and we have mountains behind the appellation, and the weather and the temperature is getting high, very high during summer, and that's why the Mourvèdre is in the right place in Bandol. And Mourvèdre is pretty difficult to how can I say, to cultivate, but also it can be very strong or very powerful, or maybe, we say always in French, the hunter taste. That means that it's a little bit too powerful. But
Uh-huh.
if you manage to be uh, precise, and at the same time trying to work on it with the finesse that it deserves, it makes really, really nice red wines, really good, that can age a lot, and also very good rosé that are fresh, fruity, and at the same time that are full body rosé, and that those rosé can age also 3, 4, or 5 years without any problem.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty special appellation for us, for sure.
Yeah, sure. It's one of my favorites, and but there is red from Provence also that you see.
Yes. Yes.
The I was thinking of is a daube.
Yes. Okay. Daube.
That's what I was.
So with the daube is a pieces of beef that you how can I say, you make like something like a maceration. I'm sorry, that's the wine terms, but you make a maceration with your beef in a red wine, and then you let it you cook it for hours, like 5, 6 hours, and then the beef is getting very soft, and I think our red wine, the red wine in from Bandol, works very well for daube, but I think it's also a meal, a winter meal, I would say, more than a spring meal.
Sure. Definitely. So in people are eating more vegetarian, and I kind of think that that's a little bit of the explanation of the popularity in rosé, because rosé and vegetables goes very well. But I would like to hear your thoughts on that, about vegetarianism, the rise of it, but also drinking rosé year round. Sometimes I will serve at my restaurant Bandol rosé because it's a little more full-bodied, but Domenot is one of the Provence rosés that is definitely great year round. But I'd like to hear your explanation of that.
I think it's exactly what we were talking about the fact that we are working hard to make this color like being like a white or a red wine. We don't really care about the color. The thing is, if you want a wine that you are going to enjoy, I mean, you can also take a rosé wine, and obviously we want people to drink rosé all year around, and I think it's working because we've been working with ski resorts for rosé wine since maybe, I don't know, let's say, until 1990, it was pretty difficult to sell rosé wine, and from this time, people tried to, I don't know, they started to enjoy it. Women bought a lot of rosé wine. They loved it, and the color get more and more famous. And the quality of Provençal rosé wine improved a lot at this time also. And I think before, the rosé were drunk only for summer, but also because after summer the quality was going down very fast. Today, if the balance between the acidity, the alcohol, the fresh taste, the fruit taste is good at the beginning, you can keep them for not like a red wine, obviously, but you can keep them 3, 4, or 5 years without any problem. So
Good to know.
People like to drink them also during winter, maybe because they think about their holiday. So
I think that's a very good point, because there is something about opening a bottle of rosé, particularly a good rosé like yours, that there's a little bit of vacation, a little bit about going to the beach, a little bit of celebration. It's a special thing, and it needs to follow through on the quality, because so many just wines you grab aren't so satisfying. So it's really special to drink something like yours. How did you guys fare during the quarantine? I know most wineries' work is outside and a lot of the offices closed, but how did that affect you guys, and how's everything right now for the quarantine?
actually, outside we didn't stop because it was still growing. So we didn't want to stop. And actually, since we are outside, uh, we had to organize the thing because we just wanted people to be how can I say that, not too close,
Yeah,
the one from the other. But it was it was pretty easy. In the winery, it was different because we were starting the bottling the 2019. So we had to close. We closed for 3 days, plus the weekend, and then we started again, but with a very small team, only 3 people around the bottling machine,
yeah,
and we decided that we were not, I mean, no rush at all. So we kept producing, even if it was slow, even if it was really slow. Uh, we kept working. And today, to tell you the truth, I mean, the end of the quarantine was May 11th, I think. So more than a month, and it's getting better every day. So people are, we are, we make sure that people are safe. We obviously our habits change a little bit, but restaurants are open again. We are waiting for people to come in south of France for sure.
and so Not Sank has Domenot for the summer. They're good to go.
Excuse me.
Club 55 has plenty of wine for the summer. They're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're waiting for them. Now, actually, yeah, they opened. I think the Club 55 and all the beaches in Saint Tropez opened. When was it? Maybe 3 weeks ago, and yeah, they are ready for
Awesome.
sure.
When do you know when your wines arrive in the States a little bit later than some others? Do you know generally when they're going to land here, or maybe they
Uh,
right now? So I don't keep track of that.
no, but they arrived a week ago.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but the thing is, to tell you the truth about this, um, we don't want to send our wine before the beginning of April. Uh, the only story about that is we want our wine to wait in the cellar and get stable by
Yeah.
itself naturally. So we don't want to force the time, and so we need to wait until April, and then we send them. So
Yeah.
it's 6 weeks to get to your to US, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's a long way, but you can also drink the 2018 because they age, so it's okay.
There, there you go. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. You're a very good educator. I think it's hard to do your job, but then to be able to talk about it to us. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure
Thank
chatting.
you. Sorry for the technical problems at the beginning. And if you happen to come to south of France, all of you, you're more than welcome on one of our estates, for
This is
sure.
going to post this on IGTV, so that's it's documented, that offer. So we're going
Okay, perfect.
to take care now. Bye bye.
Thank you.